Peanut, look at this. Let me share screen with you. Because you're going to have to voice again. It's just still as a minor.
Cute.
Indeed. Anyway, ready?
Mm-hmm. Stubborn to the last as expected. You are unharmed?
A gang of sea-wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Seawolves? All of them?
Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering.
Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make.
To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Okay. Thancred and Fufalupa again. This tale does not require a bard's embellishment. Simply tell Fufalupa what transpired. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I would very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no. I am afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good on his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea-wolf. A Limson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes, she's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean you give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Miro nods. Alright, there we go. Let's talk to Fufalupa here. I know full well that Baldwin's arrest was but the first step to regaining the public's trust. As acting captain, I will continue to do my utmost to repair the Blast Braid's reputation. The Mother of Exiles. Thancred has information on your next assignment. The antecedent bid me to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphinaud awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphinaud has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our treacherous Blast Blade. And when I do, you may be rest assured that we will have our answers. Let's hop on the Western Pharaoh. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make me a Ferrocirrus scroll, because apparently I never got one made. Go forward and back, and go forward and back, and then go forward and back. Put one step forward. We get to speak to Alphanode. Alright. We're almost there. Kennedy, Nafrica. Ah, yes. Here is Alphanode. There's a boat in the bay. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Athad? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Gylean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear the tale of their, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Miro, unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken. We will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan Sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of the unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Alphanode, you little dick. Now we are heading to Ul'dah to meet on the promenade. As you can see, we can travel around fairly quickly. Royal Promenade. Look at that, Alphanode was correct. There's people standing out here. Refugee. Oh, okay, so it's gonna put me in a cutscene. Cool. Payment? I might need to share screen with you. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. That's you.
Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness.
Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again.
You know not what you do.
I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears.
A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well.
I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphanode Levelier, at your service. A friend. Which, I believe, makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray, join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there's aught we can do to help. Alright, now we can go to the Domans at the quicksand. Okay, teleporting to the Adventurers Guild. Hey, you'll probably get to voice Momodi Modi again. Hi there. Okay, start my share screen up. Alright, we're gonna talk to this male attendant first. You would be most grateful for any assistance you and Master Alphino can offer. And then the lady attendant.
It has been ever so long since we last set foot on dry land. I truly hope this marks the end of our journey. Master Alphino's associate, yes, we have been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin.
Alright.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Ul'dah, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Alright, so we got Kasagi here. We are grateful beyond measure for this kindness. And Kikyo. That's you.
Lady Yari labors day and night for the good of our people. She is an inspiration to us all. Yet I worry for her health.
And Yugiri.
If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons. Our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people.
Speak with Momodi. Hello, Momodi.
Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Miro? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here in the Morrow Sea, but just sent word they can't come, meaning I've got a buttload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Fedora and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order into the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight.
Alright. So we're gonna close down the share screen as we head to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, which I think is the where the market board and such is. Ah, yes. Fedora. She's in the business of feeding refugees now? I ain't normally one to question Mrs. Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Momodi's letter. Instructions penned by the quicksand proprietors to deliver foodstuffs to the Waking Sands. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man that can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Oh, and Catherine is a lady, so turn it on share screen.
My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions.
Oops.
You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words.
Alright. Now we gotta go talk to Momodi again, so I'll just run there. Alright. Here's Momodi. You're gonna talk to her and let her know that her request has been completed.
They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Giri it's all in hand.
Alright, Elugiri.
I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly.
Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply.
We have been granted an audience.
Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once.
You have done much for us, Master Alphinaud. I swear we shall return the favor.
Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you have won fairly with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate.
Then I shall choose them with care.
You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so palatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the flame jumper awaits us at the Royal Promenade. Alright, now we get to go back to the Royal Promenade. I think this cutscene is voiced, but I do not remember. Ah, yes, okay. Share screens with Piamet for a moment. We will talk to Kikyo.
I've heard that the Sultana is the kind and generous ruler of the Syndicate. I have heard less flattering things.
If we are all enemies of Garlemald, it is not fitting that we should join forces. And Yugiri.
Bards sing of wars which decided the fates of nations, but a single word spoken within a council chamber is more like to the side of mine own.
We must make pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit Ul'dah. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support of their cause. Doman, Ul'dah, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equate to birthright in mine eyes. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage in particular serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. Alright, Raban. A pleasure, Lieutenant Prentice. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. Alright, this might be voiced.
I, Yugiri of
It is.
Doha, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Ul'dah Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamiga. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace. And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Promises to keep. Oh, level 90 earrings. Excellent. I didn't get the figures. Those are... Oh, no. Never mind. Okay. Let's jump to 20 item levels. Robon would like to discuss how to handle the Doman refugees. As you observe, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah! I will waste no more words on him. Not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. But alas, that will have to wait, everyone, for we have come to the end of the stream for today. I want to take this time and say thank you very much for viewing. Thank you, PMED, for not feeling well and assisting nonetheless. We made some good progress today. We finished off 2 dungeons and got 2 items towards our Zodiac weapon. I just need to collect another 55,000 seals there for the Immortal Flames before I can get the rest of the items needed. And then we got to advance the story to a point where I can do a certain dungeon before I can get my new weapon. We finished off quite a bit of the story. We finished off 2.1. We moved. We met Edibilis, another Asian, the one in the white robe, and then Nebriles, another dark-robed Asian, who they didn't really explain much, only that he doesn't really give a shit about us. So we shall hope to find out more about those soon. We found out that Domans have escaped at the Empire, so that'll be exciting to see how that's going to unfold, and that the Syndicate has denied them asylum. So without further ado, join me tomorrow for for Dragon Quest III, Pachisi. I'm going to go through and use all my tickets on the Pachisi courses and hope that you guys will enjoy me and join me and have some fun with that. Monday, I'll be continuing Dragon Quest IV. So I'll see you all later. Have a good one.